ghosts, demons.
Well, for weeks, the film Sinners has dominated the box office. The Ryan Coogler-directed movie was partially filmed in Louisiana and provided hundreds of jobs for locals, including some talent on the big screen. We have two of those actors with local ties, Aadyn Encalarde and Sam Malone, joining us now to talk about their experience. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Well, thank y'all so much for being here. I mean, what was it like? And did you know at the time that this was going to be a big box office hit?
Well, I think I knew it was directed by Ryan Coogler, which was such an amazing director, and he was so nice to me. It was amazing. I thought it was going to be really big. I knew it was going to be really big. It's about vampires, Michael B. Jordan, Ryan Coogler. It was amazing.
Right, kind of a star-studded lineup there.
Right.
So you felt good to be a part of it then, I assume?
Loved it. I was so happy. I loved it.
And, you know, we should let our audience know, Aadyn, you seem so mature, but you're 14 years old, and you've been acting since you were 4 years old.
Yes, ma'am.
You're currently at Newman.
Yes.
About to get out of 8th grade. Yeah. And, yeah, kind of a little local star here. Tell us about your part in the movie.
So I'm the little girl who's watching the truck when Michael B. Jordan has a bunch of things in the back of the truck that he doesn't want anybody to take. It's kind of a teaching situation. We know that the woman who he had a baby with had a miscarriage, and I've seen people online talking about how it's so beautiful, how they really get to see the interaction with the child that he could have had, who could have even been the same age as the child that he could have had. So I think it was a really big teaching situation. I was he was my mentor.
So you got to work directly with him. What was that like, knowing that he's such a big star?
I was scared at first. I can't lie. I was scared at first. But he was really nice to me, and I really appreciated that, especially because of how scared I was. So it was great. It was great. I loved it.
I'm so glad that you had a good experience, you know, because you just don't know how these things are always going to go. Sometimes you see these wonderful stars who seem great on the big screen, but you just don't know how they are personally. So I'm glad you had a good experience. But Sam, you're another local who was a part of the movie. Tell us about your role.
Okay, so I played Terry, who is a loving husband and father who is trying to make a way for his family, you know, and gets confronted by smoke in the process. So, you know, I didn't know that it was going to be a huge, you know, film. I knew Ryan Coogler was a part of it, and I never really worry about that stuff. I mean, it's just about the, you know, what's going on in my particular scene and what I'm trying to do, and, you know, I just really, you know, honing on the specifics of it.
Sure.
But I'm just thankful to be a part of the thing. You know, I thank God for the opportunity. I know this is a film that pulled up right in our backyard for us to be a part of. And it's not, you know, I don't take that lightly. I'm very, very thankful and hope that it promotes, you know, more films to come here in Louisiana. We have talented crew, we have talented cast. So I just hope that it promotes more, you know, opportunities for us moving forward.
Sure. I mean, because more films coming here means more opportunities for actors, more opportunities for local folks behind the scenes, who I know we've got a great film industry here in New Orleans. So I agree with you. I hope this brings more films our way. Talk about the setting. What are some of the things folks will see in the movie that may look like home?
Well, we shot in Donaldsonville, so you know, that's a, you know, more rural town, you know, so you have those. And New Orleans is not a huge city either, so you have some of those small town vibes where people know each other. You know, you have members of family that work together on things and stuff like that. So it does have some small town vibes in this, in the setting in the movie. But it's just, you know, I think that's mostly what it is, because it's the idea of the community as a family. You know, and everybody knows each other and supports each other and knows what's going on. So even with my situation, when I'm, you know, trying to make a way for my family, you know, people in the town recognize me. We know who the Stack Twins, Stack Twins are. So, you know, everybody knows each other. And I think that's the biggest part of it, and the part that
makes it feel like Louisiana.
It does. It does, because, you know, like, anytime anything happens, we have so much support for each other, you know, because we know what it's like to be in the trenches. Yeah. And so, you know, I think that that's a big part of what makes the setting part of, you know, the film, part of the character outlay, I guess, you know.
Well, you know, we were talking about it in the commercial break before. I'm not big on scary movies, but I think I just am going to have to go see this one. And y'all said it's really not that scary. It's more of a thriller. So if anybody's been holding off for that reason, it's got a couple little jump scares, but it's more of a thriller.
It's worth it. it really is worth it. Trust me.
And you said your little sisters went and saw it with you too.
My little sisters, one's 10, one's 5. They went to go see it.
Okay, so maybe I'll be a big girl and I'll be able to handle it.
I would say, I mean, being in the news, I'm sure you see way scarier things than you would see.
That's fair. That's fair. I haven't seen vampires yet, but
we saw some in the green room.
Let's hope I don't see those too. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and congrats on the success of the movie.
Thank you so
much for having us.
All right. Well.